All right. Welcome back, everyone, to Ghostfire. Last week, we left off where you guys were traversing the wilds. Move you guys back down to this here map. So you guys have got a map of the wilds as well, so that's cool. Um, so far, you guys had walked through the shrine area, which you learned to be a shrine of who they call Lord Talion, who resided in Tuinvale, the little town you guys had found, which housed Brecken's parents, which was exciting. Yeah, you guys had a little night in the town. Talked to Talion. She sent you on a quest to go kill 3 witches. Um, Offered some food, which Blackwell partook in, and you guys checked out this tree with the giant sword in it and found some magical beans. Um, so yeah, you guys left off at the tree actually. So I'll put you guys over there, and yeah, what do you guys do next? I'll leave you guys.
I mean, I would suggest going to the Sweet Tooth Village next because that sounds very like it would attract evil hags. I know we're not searching for hags, but I'm equating hags and witches.
Well, what was the rest of the clues that the queen gave us?
So let me double.
I think it's in the Discord chat.
I'm asking in character. I could post it in the chat if you guys want me to.
Well, thinking back, I think the clues only relate to perhaps what power they have and who they are, not where they are.
I mean, that mean Hilda may be here? This is a frozen place. If it does. Yeah, the Hilda is with the Winter's Crown. We are in a cold place, so if they do reference location, then we may be walking away from Hilda if we
Well,
leave.
we just finished there. Remember, we got the magic beans.
I mean, but
Yeah, that's where we started.
were the beans a goal that we had? I thought the beans that we just happened to find some beans.
Well, maybe we need to use them to go up this up.
So, well, no, because we did identify on the beans and found out they turn you into a golem or create a beanstalk. Now you could throw one in the base of the tree that's over here, and it would turn into a beanstalk, but I don't know if that would lead anywhere.
I mean, we don't need the beans to fly. I mean, you turn into a giant eagle.
Yeah, but isn't it like way high?
You know, we all have a way to fly upwards.
I don't.
I mean, I guess I could use the bottle.
Yeah, we could. I was saying we could just use the ship.
Technically, Avril. I mean, you could, ride on anybody, but at the same time, you could also theoretically use water whip on yourself.
I can only do that like 8 times.
I read a comic book like that, like it was Beetle Man or something. He could do something similar.
Everyone's like, all right, I'm going to fly now. Poof. Did he just chuck himself into the air?
Okay, yeah, he just threw himself. That's weird.
Una, get Featherfall ready.
Did you see before I flew that time?
Talian's court is where we met her, right? the queen.
I mean, at the end of the day, I guess what we really need to
Right.
figure out is we've got 3 clues how to find 3 hags, and our goal is to find and take out these hags to cure a sleeping sickness, right? So unless we feel like some kind of greater being is like led us to these beans so that we could then find something else, shouldn't we just treat the beans like a lucky occurrence and still continue to look for the 3 hags?
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. It's saying it's just this is a dead end where we just went.
Well,
We
have we
went.
explored this area? I mean, we found a tree and some beans.
This is a dead end, right, Mom?
Currently where you guys are at the tree, it would lead further into the wilds, but you don't see anything of note in that direction specifically.
Okay.
So if we take like, I don't know, a little bit of time to scout around this area, uh, for time's sake, we wouldn't find any other signs of life or buildings or anything.
Aside from maybe a few small animals, no
Okay, that's
other
great. I like that.
signs.
So we'll take a couple hours to do that and then come back around. Okay. Well, we obviously are not supposed to be here.
I'm like, well, as long as your curiosity is sated, thanks.
I mean, one of our clues is to find something winter related, and this is the only icy place on the map of this region that we're
Yeah,
in.
and it
So,
says the crown of
Yeah,
at the winner's crown. That
yeah,
makes me
that's
think.
what I proposed is that it's related to a power they have, not a place. The winter crown could be the item she has or magic
well,
that
yeah,
she has.
absolutely. But she's taken the winter's crown, but I would assume winter's crown would be around winter. I mean, they're just using that as a clue. It's
Yeah,
possible
that's
it's in a
why.
tropical island, but
I mean, yeah, that's why I supposed we head this way first, but then we just found the tree.
well, if
So we went
if
to
that
Talon's
was
Court, Twinvale, the Fae Shrine, and the Beanstalk.
yeah, so we basically got a guess. So throw in her cauldron, winter crown, and lovers and lords. That's our 3 clues.
Lovers and Lords, I'm thinking is towards the realm because we have the larger map. We're still in just one area of the larger map. Can we see that again, Bob?
Uh,
Yeah, that's what I was going
yeah,
to ask next. I was like, does it have to be in this area, or is it
No,
over the
because
whole realm map?
as far as we know, this sleep curse is affecting this entire plane. So I don't think that there's anything logically that would make it have to be here.
which
Wait
map
a
were you
second.
want to look at?
I was
The
talking
regional
about
map,
the
plane
realm
map,
map. Yeah.
the bigger
But
map.
also, I just realized we can talk to the person at the inn and be like, "Yo, what is the place of lovers and stuff?"
I mean, yeah, if there's
Good old
a
fashioned question. I'm in.
if there's an elder or a library or like a sage
I
or
mean,
I'm going to
somebody,
the bar.
yeah, the bar is a great place to start.
I don't know if the bartender is going to be able to help us with obscure clues, though. I mean, it seems like the queen could have
There's
told us that.
probably a bard at the bar who does stories and tales as they're living.
I think you just
Oh
wouldn't
yeah,
know.
we could also ask our resident fairy. I don't know why we haven't thought of that.
Yeah, that's true. Could Brecken make a roll to see if she might recognize one of these clues as a local?
Um, um, do, do,
How long ago was Brecken kidnapped?
a few years ago.
So she was in her mid-teens when she got kidnapped.
What was that? Sorry.
So she was in her mid-teens when she got kidnapped.
She was still a kid, I guess, if we're asking.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
I mean, we could ask her parents.
I will say that Brecken would be able to tell you that just specifically hanging on to the word lords in that statement, which I assume you guys would have written down in character, she would, yeah, she would probably deduce that the realm itself is full of lords. So that's aside from Lord Talion, that's probably your best bet, according to Brecken.
That swamp was looking like a great place to go to find a hag with a cauldron.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
that's kind of a stereotype.
But
I
so
don't
on
know
the
if we should lean
nose.
into that.
I think everything about this place so far has been stereotyped. So
On the other
Okay,
hand,
well,
like, that is, we
it-
are in a fairy tale world right now, so
It makes me
stereotypical might be what
uncomfortable.
we're going for.
It makes me uncomfortable to agree, but I have to agree.
you run into pixies, first thing to do is steal your stuff. Beanstalks leading the clouds, trickster fairies.
These mountains also. So the mountains would be where I would go if I stole something called the Winter Crown. It would just be easier to defend if you have the control over ice and snow. The Highlands of Ardenvale, those are like everywhere, every fantasy book that I've ever read, wherever there's an Ardenvale, it's always like a beautiful city where lovers go to do things and shit like that. Like it's that like iconic fairy tale city. It's always Arden because it means like it means bountiful in Latin. So I think that's probably our best bet for like this where lords and lovers meet. And yeah, the swamp for the cauldron, it makes sense to me.
Yeah. So for the crown, I instead of thinking of the mountains, because like mountains, I think like dragons and stuff.
Ooh, I want to go.
But it's like the D word. I'm sorry, Zix. I try not to say that about you.
Just light in his eyes, clenching the sword, ready to go.
I gotta watch the D word around two people because they're both trying to throw hands. Um, if you have, yeah. So if you have a magical crown and you're like put a curse over the whole land and you run in everything, you could potentially be the one running everything. What was the
Another
name
idea.
of the High Queen that you were talking about meeting first before we met the one in the wilds, Zix?
Well, that's what I was going to say. If we're stuck in a rut when it comes to these clues, we could go ahead and go after our first mission, which was Jace asking us to go visit. I
Yeah.
think it was the royalty in Vantry. Let me out of character. I'm scrolling through my notes to look for the name.
Is it Dontris? Yeah, that's the middle place where all the people live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vantry is supposed to be the like capital of the realm, this war part of the world.
Okay, so if I could suggest, I think we should go from where we are in the wilds, beeline for the swamp, then go to Dontris in the middle, and then Ardenvale.
So I will tell you guys that one of the mistakes I made with the map last time was I told you guys that you'd be coming from this area here. It's actually the exact opposite. You'd be coming from this area, just if that clears anything up.
I figured maybe
Yeah.
once I saw the wilds written up there.
Yeah, I was like, oh, so we're not where I thought we were.
Yeah, I don't actually have the name. I don't have
Well,
the
like
name, but Jace did ask us to seek out the king of the human kingdom, which we know is in Vantry.
And they might have more information, but these two groups have been seemingly, if not in full scale war, at least very not okay with each other for a very long time. But at
Yeah,
least we could get, so like we should go to an intellectual individual with a lot of information that we can find that is Fey, and then go to the human kingdom because we're already here. We're already right next to like the main kingdom of the Fey. We might as well go and talk to some people there that see if they have, like you said, a library, something like that. Get what information the Fae have about it, and then that way, if they get mad for us going into the human realm, then we don't have to come back to them for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Because like they want to kill humans on sight. They hate you. They hated you as soon as they first saw you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the thing that's got me worried about that is if this place hates me, then there's a solid chance that we get to the human kingdom, Brecken may have problems. So we might. Yeah, I was gonna say we might need to hide. Brecken might need to hide, or we might need to disguise her before we enter the human lands.
The only
Yeah, I was
person
gonna say, it
not
might be the
facing
other way around.
discrimination in this land is Avril because he's just a bird.
Yeah, they're just like, we don't know what you are.
Your pockets. I peek inside, and your pockets decked out like a genie's lamp.
Love it.
That looks
so,
cozy.
I mean,
Should get
technically,
a-
can't Brecken grow into like normal size and then just use your disguise?
We need to get you a Demon Slayer backpack so you can have Brecken hide out in the backpack.
That would be cool, yeah.
So we need to get like a Demon Slayer style one. We can make a little dollhouse in it.
Did we
Yeah,
ever
it's
identify that
just for
sword?
Brecken, nothing else.
Which one?
Didn't you say that there was a sword in the tree?
The sword was bigger than the tree. Like there's no way we could have combined.
Got you.
Yeah, we never really
like,
figured
can I
out how.
take that weapon? We're all like, no.
Yeah, it was massive. Like I think the Beanstalk Dragon would have a hard time with it. It was so big.
I think I can get it.
Just good luck. We'll meet you back around when we finish up. So do we want to see if there's some sort of like sage or library here? Is that the idea? And then go to
Yeah,
human lands if we can't
They'll
find
have
them?
information that they won't have in the human lands. And then that way, since we already need the rest of the information on the realm and shit, we'll already have like the stuff the Fae have. Then we'll go to the human lands and get the stuff the human has, talk to the king, then go about killing each of the fairies after that. Or each of the fucking witches after that.
Well, let's split up and each talk to somebody in the
Well, if we're going that route, I'll take the bottle and prep the ship because I don't think anybody's going to talk to me.
Well, you know,
Oh, yeah,
I
I'll
do
hand you the
have
bottle.
this entire disguise kit that, you know, I kind of gave to everybody because I bought everyone.
Well,
Yeah, I'm just not willing to describe. Like everybody here has a lot of magic, and I just don't know if I'm willing to trust the fake mustache and eyeliner.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know, I worked in freaking acting at Strixhaven. I can easily put some ears on you and make you look like an elf.
I mean, I don't even trust magic that can make me look at like something else right now with a fairy queen about.
Yeah, I was gonna say the level of their magic is a lot higher than ours, and I think he's making the better decision.
You know, I could make him look like a Dranasi. Like, make him look
I mean,
like
even
one of
if
my
you make
people,
me
'cause
look like
at
somebody
me.
else.
I have fiery, flicky hair, but still.
I mean, hypothetically, if you make me look like somebody else, who do I talk to? I couldn't build connections with anybody because I'm human. So I don't even have a person to talk to, let alone like if I dolled up for them.
So the way I say, I'm gonna go to the tavern. Una, you should talk to Brecken's parents. Harold, you talk to the potion shop owner because he seems very well traveled.
Oh yeah, that works.
And Zix, you can go prepare the ship.
So we're going back to town. Well, Brecken's parents, I mean, they didn't know a lot about the curse itself. I don't think they're going to know very much about the hags. They seem to be more like...
we just want to know about the world.
Yeah, we're just trying to get them to know about the land. We don't need to know specifically about the hags.
We're specifically like old, like for your parents, we need like old stories, things like that, just like knowledge that they would have of the world around them. I'm assuming Dom's going to hear about legends and things like that from a bard at the bar or something. And then I'm going to ask about the lay of the land, like what the actual biomes feel like from the person that goes and gathers ingredients out there.
Okay, but I'm taking the map.
I will remind you guys that the only person that spoke a language you guys would understand, which is Sylvan, was the two elves in the tavern and then the shopkeeper. However, now Una does know the language, so just to keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to talk to the shopkeeper. It's the only one of the only people I can talk to.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking to.
Wait, no, I can talk to everybody because I can speak Sylvan. Oh yeah, I can
yeah.
only talk to the regular fey creatures, not the fairies.
Right.
Yeah. Breck and Nuna can talk to.
Yeah, I specifically mentioned people that we know we can talk to.
Wait, I have an idea. Brecken, you go talk to your parents about stuff. I will go talk to the people in the tavern. Because let's face it, me asking too many questions about the land after I asked about the curse is kind of pushing it.
Well, go ask another shop because we know people in the tavern who can talk.
That's true. Or we just could go to the place on the map, talk to people there. I mean, this is like small town shit. We need big town.
We're working off of rumors and legends right now. We should learn what they are.
True. Alright, fine. I'm very resistant to go to talk to Una's parents, or talk to Brecken's parents again. Una's like, I did a great first impression the first time. I don't know if I can do a great second impression the next day.
You walk back through the door with their daughter they haven't seen in who knows how long. There's nothing you can do to wrong them.
True. Una doesn't know that. First real relationship.
So to answer your question, Zix, the two rivers there do lead from this lake over into the
This bottom lake here.
yeah, that leads into the wider area around. I know this is connected to the ocean, but it's more like a lake. It's kind of like a Loch Ness type of situation. But yeah,
We're not down there.
So I would tell the others, if I take the bottle, I'll tell them that I'm going to follow the road past the watchtower to get to that bridge we crossed over the river, and then I'm going to make a regular ship there instead of an airship. I'm still not sure if what the threats might be in the air. Was that?
We're on the northeast or northwest, not the southeast.
We're right here, aren't we?
No, we're
in the northern wilds, not the southern wilds.
Yeah, we're up here.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
so try to put this into context. You guys are like the realm is in the center, like the wilds kind of encircle the realm, right? So
this river, this one here.
Yeah, that would be the closer river to you guys. So where you guys are currently is like outside of this map. Like that's a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Okay, so the ship we need to do the airship then just to get over the mountains. Okay, cool.
I will also say too that I'm sure one of you guys would remember this, but the High King you guys were told to search for by Jace, he specifically mentioned the High King of Ardenvale.
Oh, okay.
Or Ardenvale.
So we need to go to the other corner then. We got to go past Vantress.
So we got to go here.
Yeah.
For the king that Jace wants us to talk to.
You guys did learn about a mage named Gadwick from
Gadwick is the one in Vantress.
Yeah.
Who they also hate because for some reason they didn't really go into detail.
And we're looking for the twins, right? Weren't we told at one point to seek out the twins on Eldraine?
Yes.
Okay. And they might be, we don't know if they're cursed or what's happened to them.
Correct.
Okay. So, yeah, then I think that would make the most, Zix having the picture in his head of kind of where we're at and where the world is. I would tell them that I'm going to head south from where we are in this cold place. I'm going to skirt the Queen's Court and head to that body of water to the south, and then I'll point like a spot on the map to meet me when they're ready.
I'd look at the spot on the map.
Into a giant eagle, and we can fly over to you.
Yeah, that would totally work.
Or I
Okay,
can turn
so
into a giant eagle. Actually, me turning a giant eagle would be better because then I can carry Blackwell, Avril, and, well, Brecken's light as a feather.
And then I will, as I kind of nod at them and we agree where to meet, I'll grab the ship, slip it into my pack, and use my ring to go invisible and go as stealthily as possible toward that body of water.
okay, so let me recap where everybody's going here. So we have um we have Blackwell. Where did you say you were going to?
On the bar in Twinville.
Okay, so Blackwell's headed back to Tuinville. Avril, you said you're heading there as well, right?
Yeah, we're all going back to Tuinville. I'm going to
Except
the
for Six.
item shop.
Okay, so everybody's going except for Zix.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Zix, you said you wanted to head towards the nearest body of water.
Yeah, so I'm basically going to that purple dot below Talion's Court. I'm gonna skirt wide of Talion's Court to avoid that as much as possible. I'm trying to go as visible and stealthy, and then I'm just gonna like get the boat ready and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so you're trying to head through the woods.
Yeah. While they're doing all that stuff, I'll make my way slowly through the woods, trying to get down to that where that dot is. Basically, that's where I told them to meet me.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to them first because it'd take you a little while to travel there, and you got to kind of follow them to get there anyway. But okay. So back over at Tuinville. You said Brecken's going to talk to her parents,
Yes.
right? And Una, where are you going here?
Actually, Una will go with Brecken back to Brecken's parents. Una will go back there.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm slightly distracted. I just heard my dad's phone go off.
No, you're good. Okay. So, Avril, you're talking to the shopkeeper. Okay. So, I'm just gonna go in order by where you guys would have went to first. So, Avril, you guys came off of this northwestern path. So, Avril, you make your way into the shopkeeper's uh, shop, and he turns around to greet you. Oh, back so soon. I didn't think you'd be back after your friend purchased my special item.
Do I know what special item this is?
Yes, it's the one he showed you before that you detected the muck root and the um fairy dust inside of that he was kind of showing you.
Oh, that really good potion.
Yes, yeah.
I'm like, well, we started to head out because normally we just are kind of see problem, go towards problem. And we realized that we don't know anything about this world at all, pretty much. I was wondering about the lay of the land here, like what each of the biomes has to offer, and if you would know anything about that would give them like the clues that we're looking for, like anything like that.
Okay. So the information he would give you is that he doesn't know too much about the realm because he resides here in the wilds. However, he would be able to tell you that he's heard rumor that a large goose has a nest atop uh, a, a rock to the north, like a cliffside.
It'll turn itself off.
He'd be able to tell you that there is a river that runs to the southeast, and I think uh, Yeah, I think he'd mainly know about geographical stuff. So those are probably the two main things that, other than what you've already discovered, that he would probably be able to tell you. He could tell you that the name of this forest is the Merrily Forest.
Okay. Yeah, and I ask him like, I would just like general like survivalist type questions, just like what are things to worry about out here, and like generally like what creatures do we have to watch out for, what's safe, like customs that we need to be really well aware of, things like that, so we don't offend people.
See, what do he tell you? He'd tell you to stay on the trail, if you want to travel safely, because uh, creature there is malevolent and benevolent creatures in the woods. However, even the benevolent ones are a little mischievous. So you might run into trouble if you stray off the trail. I think that's probably the best advice he could give you.
All right. Yeah, I'd take what I could and go meet up with the other two. Tell Blackwell. I would go to the bar first because I knew that's where Blackwell went, and tell him what I learned.
Okay. So Blackwell, in the meantime, you headed into the tavern there, in the village. Yeah. What uh, what do you do in there?
I would approach the desk, um, greet the lady once more, and ask her if she knows much about either the surrounding area, the realms, or special like legends, like items and powers related to this area.
Sure. So she'd be able to tell you a little bit about Sweet Tooth Village, the one you were curious about. Um, she tells you that um, where are my notes here? She tells you that Sweet Tooth Village was abandoned long ago by its residents, after a famine hit their homes, due to this perpetual autumn that began taking place in the area. Some people have rumored that a witch's presence has caused the perpetual autumn. Um, but
Now,
now, oh, go ahead.
uh, do you happen to know the name of the witch, or um, whether they use a cauldron, a crown? Um, I don't see something related to the last one.
She would tell you that she's not sure what tools she uses, but she's heard the name Sabrina Grimm thrown around. Uh, she would tell you that she is rumored to have been able to relieve people seeking her aid, that were seeking food due to the famine. She was able to help them out, but a lot of them ended up going missing. That's why people started to just go ahead and flee the area.
Oh, so seems kind of like a good witch, but also might be a trap. Might be worth looking into. Um, well, that's very helpful. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Uh, will you guys be taking another room for the night?
I don't think we will tonight. We have to venture out into the further into the wilds, and we may not be back in time to enjoy a stay.
Well, I do wish you safe travels out there. Stay safe here in the wilds.
You as well. Thank you.
So
Um,
we got giant goose with a golden egg, which is weird, and supposed course for.
so we'll cut over to Una. You go to have a visit with Brecken's parents once again. Is there anything specific you're asking them about? Una?
I think she had to take off. She'll be back in a
Oh.
minute, though.
Okay.
Yeah, she said that Brecken would just ask whatever, do the talking, and what she put in chat. You said.
Okay. So I'll cover it for you guys. Let's see.
I think the main thing we had talked about before we split was finding out if the 3 clues would like trigger anything for Brecken's parents, basically. If you want to keep it simple.
Okay.
And get a more like intimate knowledge of like someone who lives here and speaks the language and everything.
So I don't think they would have any connection to the clues that you guys have received. Let me think here. I think there was actually one thing. Um, do. Hmm. I think the best thing that they'd be able to tell you as far as the clues go is that um, they would tell you that they know about a old magic mirror that may be able to help you figure out what's going on. They would tell you that it is, or tell Una that the mirror is said to be below Castle Vantris. Um, the mirror actually has a name. It is called. I had it written down. I can't remember. Uh, Indralon is the name of the magic mirror. It was legend says that there was a man named Indrin. He was a mage that was in search of knowledge, as much of the people of Vantris usually are. But he found some great secrets in his travels, and but unfortunately, he passed on before he could uh, deliver those secrets to Vantris. However, his soul was imbued into the mirror, and people ask him questions but he only delivers information if they tell him a secret that he has never heard before. Uh, so that's how you get answers out of the mirror. Perhaps that mirror could help you find one of these witches you're looking for.
Okay, so we got the magic mirror from Sleeping Beauty, the golden goose, and the Hansel and Gretel.
Sounds about right.
All right. So yeah, with our information compounded, what are we going for first? The goose, the forest, or the mirror?
The goose is definitely the farthest and seems to have the least attachment to anything. The witch would be really close and might be connected with other witches. The mirror seems like the biggest payoff, but it's the farthest away.
And then what was the third clue to the witch that we got? I don't know. Was that the mirror? Just the mirror.
Place of lovers and lords.
Okay, yeah. Let's go to the witch's village, or the closest one first. Then we might as well see if we can knock it out in a day, and then get to camping.
So, should we meet up with Zix and head to Sweet Tooth Village from there?
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of Zix, we're cutting over to you next. So, as you're traveling through the woods, invisible, Zix, you do come across something. It doesn't really. It seems to kind of notice you, which is kind of weird, knowing that you're invisible. But it's just this giant, beautiful elk that's kind of prancing through the forest. As you kind of slow your pacing to not to attract its attention too much, it stops and it turns towards you, as if it notices something's there.
Can I do a survival check to see if it looks like ready to charge or threatening? Like what
Above
it's...
board, the Legend of the Great White Hart.
You sure can.
Okay. Do have some skill in that. There we
The
go.
Legend of the Great White Hart is a legend where many hunters tried to hunt this great white hart, but one person befriended it, and it basically gave them free passage through all like Feylands.
I mean, let's keep some surprises for the audience, you know.
He told us to play this above board.
So you can clearly tell that it's not in a threatening type of pose. Like it's just kind of curious, is what it looks like.
Let's see. With that survival check, would I also be aware of like what you said it was an elk?
It is an elk, yeah. It's a
What, like, if an elk would like sugar or like something like that?
yeah. With that survival check, you could definitely tell that they like various like sugar cubes, salt rocks, things like that. Typically, elks are attracted to.
Okay, I will. If it could just straight see me while I'm invisible, I'll go ahead and drop the invisibility while I'm looking at it. Kind of look around left and right to see if anybody's watching. I'll plant the sword in the ground so that it's not like I'm not going to take it near it. And then we've got some rations and stuff. I'll kind of reach through, I'll rummage through my food that's on me real quick. I'll grab out some like little candy or something that I might have stashed with my rations, and I'll undo any kind of wrapping and stuff, and I'll hold it out to my hand. Try to make my profile small as I approach about midway, and then I'll hold my hand out to see if the elk will approach to get a treat.
Okay, and you said you're coming out of invisibility, correct?
Yes, I'm gonna drop the invisibility. I'll stab the sword in the ground, leaving it there, and then like try to cross distance about halfway to the elk, holding the, you know, whatever it seems most likely that I might have that the elk would want, and then see if I can make a friend. I don't have anything else going on. I'm kind of stuck out here.
For sure. So yeah, you hold out your hand with a treat. It kind of cautiously prances left and right, like kind of trying to fill you out as it kind of looks around and walks up towards you slowly, and kind of takes the ration out of your hand and starts going to town for a second before it looks up at you and it begins to talk.
Hey, big fella. What?
Says, there's not many kind souls like you around here in the wilds.
Well, I only kill to eat. In this case, I wasn't hungry. I had my own food. I mean, that feels fair, right? That's how it works out here. Actually, don't know a lot about this place. Actually, I'm new for here.
I can see typically humans aren't very welcome with the fair folk.
Yeah, my friends wanted to go talk to him, and I didn't feel very welcome. So I decided I was going to head to the water and prepare a ship. We're going to be leaving soon.
So you're an adventurer.
I got a comment. I've never met a talking elk before. It's interesting. Yes, I guess profession-wise, the thing that would make the most sense to describe me would be an adventurer. You probably aren't aware of planeswalkers, but adventure is kind of close.
You'd be surprised, young human. I've spent a long time around here in the wilds. I've learned quite a bit of this planeswalking you're talking about.
Oh, that's interesting. Have you met one before?
I've seen a couple. There is one I'm pretty fond of.
Wouldn't happen to be a set of twins, would it?
Well, they've never told me they had a twin, so I would assume not. Probably best for everyone if they don't.
My experiences with twins is that they can't stop talking about each other, so that makes sense. Okay. Well, that's interesting. What did they? Who were they? Did they give you your name? Maybe we know the same people.
I'm afraid I can't really divulge his name, as we've only just met. I'm sure you can understand.
Oh, fair enough. Well, you can chalk up to meeting another one, and whoever it may be, you can feel free to tell him my name. My name is Zix.
Well, very well met, Zix. Tell me before you leave, what adventuring do you have that brings you here this deep in the wilds?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's kind of chance. The larger goal is to find 3 hags to end the sleeping curse. And then from there, we're supposed to look for a couple other the twins, the aforementioned twins, and then. But as far as the short term, I was actually just headed for a body of water, and I just happened upon you.
I see. By any chance, did the High King send you on this quest?
I no, but I have heard that he's worth talking to. What do you think about the High King?
Well, I really shouldn't say this, only having just met you, but I do know some dark secrets about the High King Kenrit that sits in Ardenvale.
Oh, do tell. I like secrets. In fact, my old job used to be all about secrets.
Well, I can't really divulge too much about it, but can tell you that they are the reason that a lot of the fair folk here in the wilds despise such humans for his actions. I suspect maybe even the sleeping curse that's been laid upon this land. But of course, that's just speculation.
That's most interesting.
Yes, so
I'll recite the witches 3 have this land with summer plagued. Agatha hungry for heroes to throw in her cauldron. Hilda, who has taken the winter's crown. Wherever their lovers and lords, you should find Erite. Is it possible that the High King could be one of the 3 hags?
Well, it very well could be.
I guess witches is what you call them here, isn't it?
Well, there is a distinction. You kind of use the term interchangeably, but seeing you telling me that lords are involved, I mean, surely they must have something to do with it. But anyway, I'm just an old elk. Don't put too much thought into it, but
it's worth pursuing. Maybe they're not the witch, but maybe they're dispelled by the witch, or how long has the High King always been this way, or was there a shift in alignment or in actions suddenly?
Well, he's had his hands in many things over the years. He's been hiking for quite a long time. Well respected by a lot, but then again, some people could have reasons to deal with the hiking, if you know what I'm saying.
On what we're about to try to accomplish.
Oh no, the pleasure's all mine. Best for me not to keep you. I'll carry on my way. Thank you again for being so kind.
Oh, most excellently. I actually, before I leave, maybe I'll try to visit again. Maybe you can arrange a introduction with your planeswalker friend.
That would be lovely. I have a feeling we should meet again soon.
Well, you tell your friend that Zix says hello, and we'll see what happens. Thank you
He
very
kind
much.
of gives you a nod as he prances off, like kind of like a snooty attitude through the forest.
I'll go over, rip the sword back out of the ground, shoulder it, go back invisible, and start making my way back toward the coast again.
Okay. So yeah, you eventually do make your way down to the little body of water here. You're looking around. It looks like just a small lake. However, there is a small stream of water that, like a river, that runs out of the lake and kind of back up around. Looking at your map, it probably comes back out over here.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make the well. Actually, I'm not gonna make anything yet because we know the ship only lasts for a certain amount of time. We learned that the hard way, so I'm not gonna make that same mistake again.
Right.
I'm trying to find where we have the handout where we know how long that is.
I think it was 8 hours, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll try to find it for you.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not seeing it. Okay, the if it's 8 hours, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead, just kind of
I'm going
set up
to.
a
I
small
want to
little
cast
camp.
sending. I want to cast sending and tell Zix that we're planning to head towards the candy area
The
before
candy.
heading to meet the High King.
Oh, be
Was it the High
careful.
King
There's
or the Ardenville? Ardenville's in it. Is
High King of Ardenvale. Yeah, that's where Jace wants us to go.
yeah, because we're going somewhere to find the mirror, the entrance. So we wanted to head up Sweet Tooth Village because there's a possible connection to the witch, and then after that we wanted to go to Vantress because there's a magic mirror that might be able to answer our questions.
Oh, so you're thinking we should head to this other village? Are we sure there
Just
could
because
be a
it's the
witch there?
closest clue that we have.
I'm not gonna answer again because that would require another third level spell slot.
You just get a bunch of questions like, I'm so confused. What's going on? Huh? Should I wait here? Click.
It's like, yeah, it's like I can send you a message and you send one back. I can't send another one unless I spend the
No,
spell
totally
slot.
fair. Totally fair. But I don't know how that works. I never had that spell, so I'm just winging it. Well, Blackwell does have some strange abilities, I guess. I don't know. Should I go or should I stay? I mean, even if I go to the Sweet Tooth Village, they don't like me. I'm gonna just have issues as soon as I enter town, especially if I'm by myself. I guess the better bet is to we got survival 101. I told somebody I was gonna be a certain place. I'm gonna stay there so we don't lose each other.
So if we're heading that way, I think with Avril being the most wilderness traveled, I would send him to go pick up Zix, while me and Una just take the path.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that works for me. I'll try and well, I'd try and go through the woods as carefully as I could, but I don't see any. Well, he did tell me to be careful and stick on the path as much as possible, and where Zix is not. So I will be
No,
very
not at
careful
all.
going through the woods.
Okay. Um, as you're going, I'm gonna have you make a stealth check, and after that, a perception check.
Alrighty. All right.
Fantastic.
1 second. 1 second. I might have something here. Um, can't Kinku recall it. Cool. Perception time.
All right.
So much better at that.
So you
My
are
character's
very,
like, if I can see him, I don't need to be sneaky.
you are very perceptive to the fact that you do also see an elk as you're passing through. However, it notices you quickly, and with your loud footsteps, quickly darts off further into the woods before you could catch it.
Would I recognize it as like bigger or older or just off of, hunting for my whole life?
It's pretty large compared to what you normally see. It's quite a beautiful elk too.
I want to ride it.
Well, it
Yeah,
is it is long
I,
gone into the woods.
I would try and feel the mana in the area at the same time and see if it gives off some sort of different kind of flavor.
Okay. Um, so as you're passing through, I'll say you're about right here. Um, you detect the same type of mana you were before, the green, red, and black. However, as you move closer to where Zix is, presumably, you can feel the sickening parasitism of the black mana in the area grows a little stronger.
Yeah. As soon as I felt that, I would definitely pick up the pace some because we all know how much I hate black mana. And so I'm just trying not to be in the area where it's starting to get like super parasitic. So I kind of forego stealth at this point in time and go for what I'm better at. Keep my eyes open and going fast.
All right. Yeah, yeah. You continue on to meet up with Zix, Una, and Blackwell and Brecken. You guys are about halfway down the path. You can see from where you're at right now that there's this large tower that sticks above the treetops. As you're kind of passing under them, you can see the tower in the distance overhead. Um, but after you are able to meet up with Zix, he's kind of chilling out on the coastline of this little lake.
Yeah, I'd fill him in with everything that we learned in the village and tell him that the closest sign and the only place so far in all the different rumors that we heard that said the rumor is of a location of a witch. There's been a bunch of disappearances, and it's also the closest to where we're at. So, and it's on the
Oh,
way to another one of the rumors. So we figure cut to the road over here real quick and meet up at the crossroads with Una and Blackwell, who are on their way that way now.
oh, okay. I mean,
And
that's
also, I really hate this place. It has like parasitic black mana that's like eating it up, and I don't want to be here anymore.
is actually I want to ask real quick, what is the source of the black mayonnaise feeling? Can he tell?
Um,
Is it like if I look around, is there like an
If he
obvious spot?
mentions it, I would like kind of like get the whole like feeling on my face, but then I dive in and try and focus on that parasitic feeling.
um,
My immediate
so
worry is it me?
So it's not quite as the same as like your sword sense with when it was just detecting those souls you're looking for on Theros Zix, but it is in a weird way also kind of like a detector. Like the further south you move, the more you could pick up on the presence of that. It grew stronger for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, hate
Yeah.
that because guess which way we're going. So,
Well, I mean that works for me. I need to refill my pocket candy anyway because I gave it all to a big elk.
I saw it. I wanted to first hunt it. Then I noticed it was strange and different. Then I wanted to ride it because I noticed it was large.
Yeah, it talks. It's a little. It was nice. It was kind.
Now I want to talk to it and make it my friend.
Um, they didn't really want us to hang around long. We had a small conversation, a little bit of a chat on the way here.
Oh, what did he say?
Let's see. He
Just to clarify,
said,
are we walking and talking?
yeah, we can make our
So,
way back.
real quick question: are you guys heading back like directly from where you came, or are you trying to head more like northeast
I'm
or
following Avril.
directly over?
I'm cutting directly to the road that I remember was on the map, and then north from there to try and meet them at the crossroads.
Okay, so you're cutting straight east and then going north, basically.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid going as far south as I can for as long as I can.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go straight east till I hit that road, and then back up north, and hopefully we beat them to the crossroads.
Okay.
Yeah, along the way, I'll go ahead. I'll tell Avril that there's the elk thinks there's some shenanigans going down at the High King's court. I think that's all I would say. Only because
I think
Avril has
Avril's response to that would be like, "Well, the fuck you think I left the being royalty for? There's always shenanigans going on at court. It's nothing
yeah,
but
but
tigers."
there might be a connection between the court and the sleeping curse.
Do you think the High King could possibly be one of the witches?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I think we need to go and investigate. The elk didn't
So,
seem to be. The elk kind of get clued me in a little bit. Also said that they were familiar with planeswalkers and knew a planeswalker. That was pretty interesting. A planeswalker who wants to keep their identity private, but is not one of the twins that we're looking for. So,
since we're playing this a little bit above board with the like fairy tale shit,
Mhm.
would him telling me that that heart also talks and is really really knowledgeable spark like say that there was another creature of legend that lived in my forest that's just like that was like basically the king of the forest?
Mm. So
Because
are
the
you talking?
legendary heart in like the actual legends is like the keeper of the forest, and it like knows all of its secrets and knows all of its like paths.
So I'm gonna try to word this as the best I can. Uh, so it probably wouldn't relate to. I don't think there is something like that on Alara. However, the way I'm kind of looking at you guys using like out of character knowledge, like the metagame, is to make occurrences for yourself, like or inferences. So like mm, if you believe that it connects to a story that you know of, it's a good possibility or something similar to that. But that's for you to decide whether you want to follow that and how
Yeah, I was
much.
just saying that because, like, for it, me knowing the story means that I'm taking that elk very seriously. Like, what it says from the stories that I know about the Great White Heart is it's a very benevolent creature that, when it finds a target of its wrath, does everything. It, like, brings the power of the forest on it and shit. So, like, for me as a player, I'm like, the Great White Heart said we should be wary of that guy. We should definitely be wary of that guy.
Yeah,
That's
I think
fair.
I'm trying to Zick is falling a little bit back on his Demir roots and trying to not create too much suspicion in your mind directly connecting the High King. So anytime the conversation started going that direction, I would just get really obtuse about it. Just, I don't know. I don't know. That didn't say anything like that. I just want to do some research and check things out. Primarily because we might have to play politics, and seeing how you acted just yesterday or actually this morning with the Queen, I definitely don't want to set up another scenario like that. So I would avoid any.
Welcome back, Una.
I moved her back. She has to be moved
Oh,
back
okay.
for stream audio.
Sweet. Okay. Okay. um. So as you poke at some of the candy on the ground, it's like this. You see this like uh pool of chocolate kind of near you. You kind of like reach down and poke it with a stick. But as you do, it starts to move and it starts to stand taller and taller before you as you realize it is a living creature and it is going for an attack. So I'm gonna have you guys go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Well, I thought it was candy.
Maybe it is candy. They got weird candy here.
As I pull the sword back and ready myself.
uh, which one?
Do
I
we
do
get
have-
any bonuses from standing next to you?
Yes, you get a bonus for standing next to me. You get to add my charisma modifier to your attack roll, your damage, if you're within 10 feet.
Cool.
I also have a dagger of warning, so we can't be surprised.
Yeah,
That's good.
no surprise on it, but it is just a regular order there.
My dagger sense was tingling.
So just above board functionally, the next round, Blackwell and Una will enter the fight. So just for understanding there. So
We got extremes on our. I got a nat 20. You got a nat 1.
yeah. So
Feeling it.
what we have here is this chocolate thing. You are before the creatures. So Zix, you are first up.
I'm poke at it with my sword. It comes to life, and I just swing as hard as I can. What?
I feel like
Alright.
Avril was so used to seeing like weird shit the where he's from is the reason he rolled so low on initiative. He's just like, huh? Weird. Look at it go. Oh, it's attacking.
Okay. So with the 13, that does hit.
Oh, sweet. Probably not good. Slashing necrotic damage. Also, probably not the best for this, but I don't necessarily know that. It's the first time meeting a chocolate monster.
22. Okay.
I'll make
So that's-
a second attack.
He just
Okay.
like kind of like. So, how did that one feel? Do you feel like you hit a weakness?
So you feel like the slashing's not doing a whole lot as it just sloshes around in the kind of melted chocolate creature. It doesn't do much of anything, but the necrotic does take effect.
Okay. As I'll let the weight of the blade kind of spin me around, and I will give a kick at it with my bonus action.
Okay.
Oh, not great. Does an 11 hit?
It does.
Oh, okay. This is probably not good. And that's 8 bludgeoning damage as I bring the back of my boot across it.
That does, in fact, do some damage. As you kick it, it kind of like blubbers for a second with the force of your heel, and it deals eight bludgeoning damage to it.
Damn it. The sword's not going to be much use. And I will... I know this will get me the attack opportunity, but I will take it, and I will try to back away from it.
All right. So it's going to try to attack with a 19 to hit.
That's my ace. Oh. I'll use shield.
Okay.
Which will bring my ace
yeah.
high enough to where it can't hit me.
You are able to block the incoming attack as this chocolate pudding starts to try to attack you.
Oh, that's way too far. I don't want to go that far. Yeah, I'm just gonna back away just 10 feet.
Okay.
And then I'll plant the sword and start trying to figure out what I want to do next.
All right, it's going to be its turn now. It is going to move up to Avril, and it is going to make an attack. Oh man, I forgot some damage on there. Sorry, Zix. Bad news. It is corrosive, so it does deal damage every time you do a melee attack on it. I probably should have said
Oh.
that.
No, that totally works. So yeah, it gets on me as I kick it with my boot.
So you hit it 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, Avril, you would notice that like as we began combat, almost reflexively, like all these kind of wispy black flowing entities kind of form around me in a 10-foot area. They start kind of concentrating toward your hands or whatever weapon you're wielding.
Yeah, that'd be in my hands right now. I'm like, oh, what's this?
So it rolled really high. That's 20 acid damage for you.
Oof.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate.
Luckily, your weapon is magical though, so no effect to that.
Yeah, that'd be so funny if this blade got taken out to some chocolate. Like this was a bolus killer. What the hell?
But it does move up to Avril, and it's gonna try to make an attack. With 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, it's gonna
Use
do
telekinetic reprisal.
okay.
It's
So
after you do damage.
it deals 6 bludgeoning damage and 22 acid damage. Do you have any non-magical armor that you're wearing?
I have my cloak.
Oh no, the bear cloak he just got.
It's not metal or wood, so I'm not gonna count that because in its other ability, it just specifically points out metal and wood. So
Yay!
I'm not gonna count that. Um, it doesn't give you a buff to AC, does it?
Give me a buff to AC. What do you mean? Oh no, no, it's just a
Okay.
bear cloak.
Okay, if it did, I might change that. But as long as it's not actively protecting you, I'm not gonna count that. So, okay. So that is all it can really do for its turn. However, there is some other creatures that start to form out of the candy on the ground.
Can it do? I think
Oh,
it's a strength
yeah.
save.
Yeah, you're a reprisal. I got a 22 on a strength save.
All right, saves only takes 5 damage, and it's force.
Force damage, okay. That does take full effect. You start to see some peppermint candies start to click together and rise up off the ground. As you see.
Well, if we
The disappearances are starting to make sense now.
Yeah, if we didn't think this was I think it definitely is.
I think we might be on the money with this one.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something telling me. Like, I don't think candies normally act this way.
So welcome back, Una. So what's
Sorry.
happening? You're good. What's happening right now?
I was able to listen in the car, or the magical bottle. Yeah,
Did
no,
you-
I was listening to the car while I was driving. I caught Magic Mirror and a few other things.
Okay. I'll let the party fill you in on that. What's happening right now is you guys were heading down towards the Sweet Tooth Village where you suspected a witch was residing, possibly. You guys are currently making your way down. They've encountered some creatures. You guys are going to come in the next round of combat. Yeah, you and Blackwell.
Okay.
So, right now, what happened was that 2 peppermint candies started to take form, and another one of these chocolate puddings across the way has taken form as well. The peppermint guy
attacked by
is
food. Yes! This is awesome.
need to pull that up over here. Okay, so it's gonna move up. That's as far as it can go. This guy's gonna jump down. Get right there. So the one next to you, Avril, is going to try to make an attack. Actually, a few attacks. So it's going to try to bite you first with a 24 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
All right. So that is going to be 12 piercing damage and 5 acid damage. You're the only target it can get to, so it's going to go for its other 2 attacks. 10's not going to do it. 12's not going to do it. Yeah, I think that's all those can do. Yep, that's all I can do. So we're going to move down to your turn, Abra.
Yay, my turn, yay. Okay. So, here's the way. I'm going to use Fist of Unbroken Air for my first strike at the pudding on my left. I'm not pumping anything into it, so I'm just using the 1 point. I'm just trying to knock it back 20 feet.
Okay. So is that a saving throw, or is it just happen?
It's the strength save
Okay.
to not get pushed.
Okay. So you got a 10.
All right, cool. He gets pushed and takes the full damage.
All right.
I gotta find all my fisticuffs. I have like 6 different unarmed strikes on here. I gotta find the right one. And then
All right.
Then I will do the same strike. I will activate Belt of Challenge on that guy.
Okay.
So he takes an extra d6.
All right.
All right, and I heal back 3.
And that makes him only be able to attack you, right?
Yeah, now he can only attack me. And then now punch Mr. Peppermint Patty over here.
Okay. $19. Okay, that is going to hit.
Yes.
All right. Strength save for him.
Yeah.
Got a 10.
Nice. Push back 20 feet.
Okay. As far as you can go. All right. And he takes. What was that? 12.
Add +5 to each attack for the aura.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Okay, so that's 7. Okay, so I'm gonna.
So the first one will be what, 10, 15, 20 bludgeoning damage, and then the second one will be 12, 17 bludgeoning damage.
And I would like
So-
to add 5 more feet that I pushed that peppermint guy back.
Okay, I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll a d6 then for some bludgeoning damage. Now this guy is vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, so this is all gonna be doubled.
That's what I like to see, baby.
That's so funny. Like when you drop a candy cane and it just explodes.
Pretty much.
Why
So
do they do that? Like, what the fuck?
so we're
Um,
at 22 bludgeoning damage for this guy. So 44 in total.
I'm going to unhook my hammer off of my belt and toss it over my shoulder in his general direction. I'm not really aiming. I'm keeping my eyes on the fight. And then use my bonus action to heal myself.
Okay, so is that an attack roll that you're trying to make there, or is that
Free
just a
action.
willy-nilly?
I'm basically dropping it, but I'm doing it like I'm unhooking it off my belt and just kind of shunting it behind me like 5 feet.
Okay, that's
Kind of
fair.
like, here, use this. Your sword's not good right now.
Oh, I see. For Zix. Okay, yeah, you can totally do that. All right, and yeah, you said you're gonna heal yourself with your bonus action, second
Yeah.
wind. All right, and now there is one more creature, and then if that's all for you, and then Blackwell and Una will join the fight.
Yeah, that's everything.
All right. So you guys see another creature take form. This one looks like a puddle of caramel has just taken form on the ground in between all these creatures. And it is not happy. It cannot move very far either, though, so that's good news for you guys. That's as far as it can get, but I think it can. Yeah, it has a ranged weapon attack, so that is within range. I'm gonna go for Zix on this one.
Okay.
A 19 to hit. You're still
Does-
shielded, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm still shielded, so it should not hit.
That's good. So you can see this sticky caramel on the ground next to you as it misses you and lands on the ground behind you. You can see it just like sticking to the ground where you're at.
Oh, that's not good.
Um, I'm gonna have to mark this on the map because it might be important with Una coming in this.
It's a mental note of warning. It's a nope to self.
Hey, Zix,
Yes.
Mark with equal surface.
how open to the idea are you of being a giant pangolin right
Not
I'm
very.
always down for new experiences.
now?
One of my dreams of riding a giant pangolin in the battle is within my grasp.
Okay, I'll just mark it with
course.
this here. And Una, Blackwell, I'm gonna have you guys go ahead and roll initiative for me, please.
All right.
Bring in the dream
Should I-
team.
Should I click my token?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Where,
yeah,
where are we coming in
lem-
at?
Working on that. Give me one moment. I'll get you there.
Oh, we're coming in from the south. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
guys, hit him with hammers.
Well, no fiery burning candy? Come on.
Haven't tried that yet.
Don't try to eat it.
Okay.
Fucking
You guys
attack
should
candy.
be on
Of
there
course,
now.
don't eat it.
I mean,
11.
you can pull it
Oh,
free and you
yeah.
can just.
There we go, Una.
15. All right.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as she goes, have you tried to burn it? You'd be like, oh, yeah, I can do that.
All right. We'll go back to the top of the order with Zix.
Okay. I'm gonna grab up the blade. I'm gonna slash twice through the air. Black energy thrown off the blade toward. That stuff looked really sticky. So I'm gonna go after the sticky one.
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay. 26 will hit.
Okay, 12 force damage, and then Let me roll this one real quick. Does this 12 hit?
12 does also hit.
Sweet. Then 9 damage to that. As my free action, I'll try to draw the hammer off the ground, and it's just like heavy as hell. I have to do like a ritual to make it work. I don't know if I can use this.
What? It's just a normal hammer.
Yeah, but since I used the sword, I gotta like connect with it. I can't just use it. I only have +1 to strength.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I'll let it. I'll try to like toss it a little bit toward you to land at your feet. You know, that's heavy. That's ridiculously heavy. I feel like you could swing something a lot faster if you found a lighter one.
What? Why would? It's not that bad. I've been carrying this hammers this size since I was 12.
Oh, well, thanks. Some of us don't have magic. Well, I guess you don't either. Well, whatever.
But I am also a birdman, so 12 is like fully grown.
But yeah, that's my 2 attacks. My bonus action attack only works if I'm doing melee stuff. I will use Avril as a human shield, and I will try to move over in this direction as a bird shield, I guess. And I'll move over kind of behind him where they'll have to come through him to get to me. And that'll be my turn.
Does that +5 bonus go for you as well?
Only for melee attacks, so I don't get it for this. Yeah, but Avril will still get it.
Perfect. Okay, well, we'll move over to the first guy. He's gonna try to make his way up, and he can only get to Avril. Unfortunately for you, Avril, or maybe fortunately. Oh, he can only attack you anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to hit you with his attack here. He got a 9. That's not gonna do it. That's all he can do. So Una, we will be coming to you. You see your friends being attacked by all these candy monsters in the distance. What do you do?
Oh. Una's like, candy. Crap, one's next to Avril. Oh, screw it, I'm gonna light them all on fire. Fireball, but I'm gonna try to aim it so she doesn't hit Avril, so it's kind of in this, like, general area. Like, she kind of tosses it there, so it hits those 3, but not Avril.
Yeah, you'd be able to hit those 3 with some fire damage.
Alright.
So what dex save on it?
That is a level 3 fireball going in, and that's a 17 dexterity saving throw.
Okay. So the
there's a lot of ones in that.
The chocolate pudding gets a 16. The caramel ooze gets a 6.
Okay, they take full
finally,
damage.
The peppermint sweet tooth horror gets a 12. So they all fell, I believe.
They all get 25 fire damage.
25. Okay.
Coming in like Colonel Mustang in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood with just like a snap.
So I will tell you that these two, the two on the outsides, they both take the full force of the damage. Now the one in the center doesn't seem to be affected by the fire, other than the fact that it is now on fire, and it's moving swiftly towards your friends.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, that didn't work.
That didn't work. Okay. Brecken, you're up.
Yeah.
Actually, hang on. I also got to check something. Oh shit! I actually have to move Una and Brecken up a few feet.
Okay.
Because I believe Fireball was a 60. Oh no, 150 feet. Okay, never mind. For Brecken, I do have to move her up though, but they're gonna move up anyways. Yeah. Okay. Good. She's in range. All right. For Brecken. Sorry. Clicked the wrong thing, and all of a sudden now my computer's freaking out. Stop it, computer! I didn't open that. Okay, for Brecken, she is going to cast Frostbite on the fiery sticky one.
Okay. So Constitution save. It gets a 14.
What was Brecken's Constitution?
So I think that's a save. Does that get half damage on a save?
No, it's a cantrip, so it's all or nothing.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 13 saving Constitution saving throw. There it is.
Yep, it beats the saving throw on that one.
Damn. She was gonna try to use the frostbite to put it out.
It's a good try. Good try. It's still burning as of right now, though. You got anything else you want to do for you or Brecken, Una?
Yeah, Brecken's going to kind of hide a little bit over here behind Una. Like, she's kind of floating in the air a bit.
Okay. All right. That's going to bring us over to the Sweet Tooth Horrors. It did not like all that bludgeoning damage from Avril, so it's going for Zix this time.
Damn it.
Someone's going to move back towards you guys.
Oh, fuck.
And for Zix, I will say too, Una, for the fire damage on this guy up here, you did see it kind of start to caramelize on its outer edges a little bit.
Caramelize? Okay. Oh. Well, fire not gonna work on it very well.
You can, Zix, you can smell this sweet, mesmerizing scent coming off of the Sweet Tooth Horror next to you.
Oh my god, it smells delicious.
Oh, Una made it worse.
It gets a 8 for its bite. Not gonna do it.
Okay.
18. I don't think does it.
Nope.
Third attack is a 20.
Do I want to use it? I'll shield. So
All right. All right. Yeah, you block the one that hit. The next guy can't really make any attacks. It's coming towards you, Una and Blackwell. But Blackwell, it is your turn.
Guys, don't forget about Talian's blessing.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Oh, shit.
It says whenever you do damage with an attack roll do an extra 1 force damage.
Yeah, so
I guess there's like 3 or 4, 3 more damage. No, 2 more damage then for me.
Okay, and I think
one on either.
Avril, you have higher defenses because you have.
Oh yeah, I didn't get the attacks. I got the upzone saving throws.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, I took off a few more damage for each of those that you guys have already hit. They hit. Okay. So yeah, Blackwell, it is your turn.
Okay, I can't quite reach Zix, but I can reach Avril. I'm going to run right between those guys with absolutely no survival instinct.
Bold move, Cotton.
And shout to Avril. Do I have your consent to turn you into a giant monster?
Report!
I'm going to assume that's a yes. And I'm going to polymorph him into a rich scale tusker.
Hell yeah.
Is that a large creature
It's very large.
or is it huge?
Huge beast.
It is a huge.
It's a huge sloth creature. Sloth armadillo creature.
Mm-hmm.
It's a giant pangolin.
It is.
Well, Avril just grew really big in front of you, Zix.
I sent you the.
All right.
Yeah. This group continues to be weird.
All right, Blackwell, you got anything else you can do?
And then I'm going to bonus action surge.
Okay.
Uh, 6 gold appear in the air around
Oh, yeah.
me.
That's so dope.
Okay.
I'm like, ha! Ha! Wait.
All right, the chocolate pudding next to you is going to make a move. It's going to get a +2 on its attack because it is flanking right now. With a 10, not very good.
Woo!
All right, that's all it's got. Gonna stay right there to keep the flanking. Avril, you are up next.
All right.
You have
So-
+20 movement.
I'm looking.
Plus you can grow.
It's in normal form. I'm looking to see if I can use. Okay, it's limited the actions of the move form. I was seeing if I could use like my augments on my melee attacks while I was a penguin.
I'm gonna say probably not.
Does that take an action or? Oh,
Let's see
why do
here.
that when I can just start waxing people?
You
So
got, you got a multi attack of 2 stomps.
can make 2 stomp attacks. Cool. All right. Stomp 1 going for this fucking peppermint guy.
Okay.
It's not letting me roll off of that thing. What is its bonus to stomp? It's a +8.
Yeah, +8 attack to hit. Reach 5 feet.
Ooh, yep, that's gonna hit.
One sec.
And then it's. Let's see here. 3d12 plus 4? If I'm reading this right.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't letting me roll off the sheet, so we're getting it pulled onto my character sheet.
Okay. All right, it says it's a rich skill tusker. I might have it.
Yeah, I got it on here. It's still not letting me roll off of that one, man. But at least it's on my page now, so I can look at it. So.
Okay.
So yeah, that hit damage is 3d12 plus 4.
All right.
Hey guys, I got to use the d12.
That's
Is that one of
amazing.
those? Is that one of those ones that I sent you, Blackwell? That you?
Yeah.
It's from,
Oh, okay. I see.
And then that's
Yeah, it's
plus
the homebrew wild shape.
5 more because I'm next to Zix, right?
As long as you're within 10 feet, you get +5 to melee weapon attacks.
Yep. So what? Is that bludgeoning damage?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he's fucking dead, dude.
Hell yeah. And I'm going to meander my way on over to this other one, try and put this fire out. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Stop! Because I'm pretty sure my foot fits over him now.
Blackwell
13
just
Plus
gave
8.
Tuna the best
plus
idea.
8. That is going to hit. You are going to take some damage, however, though.
That's cool. And then I think I am no longer within 10 feet, so it's just the +4 on the damage there. So
It's 3 fire damage.
oh darn.
But you have this molten caramel stuck to the bottom of your foot now. That is on fire. So yeah, go ahead and roll me some damage for that one.
Did it not go through? Oh yeah, it was the 13 damage +4.
Oh, I see. Okay, same roll or same result. So that's 17 bludgeoning. It still ignites back up into flame as you stomp it, but you do some pretty good damage to him.
Just free action roar.
Okay.
And then that's it.
All right. It's gonna go now. It hits you with this. 10 to hit on that one. Not gonna do it. It's gonna rotate around to here to get the flanking, and gonna try to hit you again. 21 to hit.
Yeah, it's 10 more than it needed.
God damn. Okay. So it's gonna deal 9 bludgeoning damage. 14 necrotic damage. And 7 fire damage.
Interesting. It seems as though it is taking on all the elements that we're shooting at it.
Yeah, so that's all it can do. Vix, that is going to bring us to your turn.
Okay, I'm going to lash out twice at Count Chocula over here.
You guys coming up with better names than I did. 20 will hit.
Okay, 7, 14, so we'll do 21 damage. It's been around. What's up?
It starts to boil and melt into the ground as it is dead.
Hell yeah.
A little sigh of relief there. And then I will move up so that my aura of souls can help out this giant creature that's now in front of me. Ground sloth armadillo thing.
Tell you what, it's loud. I don't know if they're loud in the wild, but this one is loud.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if pangolins are loud.
I don't know which one.
They're like armored anteaters.
Yeah, they actually don't. They make like tongue sounds and squeaks basically, but this one's squeaking its fucking to its heart's content.
I kind of wish I still had a large. We would just get this ridiculous. But yeah, I will.
Give me a turn.
I'll tell you here. I'm within 10 feet. You know, actually, was it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? Let's not get too hasty now. We'll go 20 will keep me right there between the creature and that way I can get a good eye on Blackwell for next round. So that'll be my other turn.
We need a turn for Zix to cast enlarge, Uni to cast enlarge, and Avril to cast enlarge.
Before you do your movement, can I state that I have my tail on the ground and it is very still? Just saying.
Okay.
That sounds terrifying.
No, I'm saying that like you would be running past behind me and you would notice that my tail is like sliding on the ground, like still just on the ground, but wherever you're standing, it's like miming it's a ramp.
Yeah, that's the terrifying part.
No, it's gonna be great. You get to ride a penguin in the battle. I never knew my real dream was to be a penguin ridden into battle.
I am definitely like eyeballing, like as the tail follows me and I spin around. I know what you're doing.
All
Hastily
right.
jotting in Blackwell's journal. Avro wishes to be ridden.
Una, that's
Well,
gonna bring it to
what
your
man
turn.
doesn't?
Brings us to Una and Brecken.
Heyo. Get some Carlac loving here.
Okay. I don't think I've ever tried this. I just got the best freaking idea ever with my twin spell.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna. I know this might not work, but I'm gonna try it anyways. Una's going to use her meta magic twin spell to polymorph herself and Brecken into mammoths.
Yeah.
I don't know that we need all that right now. Like
It's
that's
fine.
amazing combo, but there's like 3 of them left.
And there's also still a witch coming.
I mean, what's done is done, guys. Like,
No, you're right. I'm going too big here. But you know what? Una's just gonna Eldritch Blast the 2 guys next to Blackwell. Like what I was thinking was mammoth stampede over the last candies, but no, we can just do it simple. We'll keep it simple. I'll save the mammoths for the witch. Or if
I
you
do
have to
think
Two
for
mammoths
future
and
reference,
Rich Kill Tusker for the witch.
for future reference, I think polymorph is technically a saving throws spell, so I don't think it would work for that.
It's a single target spell is what the
single
spell
target
defines
spell
itself.
for the
Single target.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. I guess it would.
that's the
Yeah.
only claimer it is that it's a single target spell, and I think it has to have the distance of 30 feet, which is why normally people combo twin spell with distance spell, because then you can make any spell in your arsenal that is single target twin.
Yeah.
I see.
And this is
Okay.
using if I use this twin spell, I don't think I can do it again. Let's see here.
yeah,
Because
the
I'm
only
casting
one
that
is that
at polymorph was level.
you can't do it at a range if it's a range of self, and it can't target more than one
Touch.
creature.
Yeah, it has to be minimum of 30-foot range.
Yes.
That's why in order to do like polymorph and stuff, you have to use a lot of spell points in order to make that combo work.
Yeah, and it's a 4th level spell, so I will hold off on that because I only have 8 sorcery points, and I don't want to waste the combo. So yeah, on second thought, actually, we'll just do Eldritch Blast from Una on these 2.
Okay.
Since she gets 2 shots with that. So
It is good to know for a boss battle.
It is good to know. I've just seen the Richard Tusker just made me go, ooh, that just gave me an idea of polymorph with Una and Brecken later. But I will save that for later.
I mean, you can think too. You could also turn if you would do the distance spell polymorph combo, you could also turn them into ridge scale tuskers, which are just better than mammoths overall.
Yeah, I just thinking in terms of like because I noticed the bludgeoning damage is actually higher on the mammoth than it is in the ridge scale, so that's why.
Yeah. You could also have Brecken fly up and then transform.
Oh yeah, she could be a
Turn into a Bronto.
Yeah, but we're
Alright.
gonna go with Eldritch Blast. She's going for the peppermint first.
Okay.
That's
The trike spike.
That's a dirty 20.
That'll hit. That'll hit.
All right, and that is 4 force damage.
Okay, which one are you going for first?
That was the
peppermint
peppermint.
guy? Okay. So 4 force damage. All right.
And then Eldritch Blasting the chocolate next to Blackwell. That is a 14.
14. I believe that will hit. Yep, that'll hit.
2 of force damage. Wow, that sucked.
2 force damage. Okay.
And then we're going to have Brecken use Ice Knife on the pudding.
Okay.
It does have a DC Dexterity saving throw of 13, but it also does piercing and cold damage.
Okay, so it definitely hits for the piercing damage. So that's 9, and then a dexterity save. It gets an 18 on.
Okay. Let's see here.
So does it just take the 9 from that then?
Makes a ranged spell attack against a target on the hit. The target
it
takes 1d10 piercing damage, hit or miss. The shard then explodes. Oh, okay. So the shard exploding deals 9 cold damage.
Okay, so it avoided the explosion.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it does take 9 piercing damage as you hit it with the ice knife or Brecken hits it. All right. Yeah, do you got anything else you can do,
Una is then going to Bardic Inspiration Blackwell and say, "What the fuck are you doing between 2 baddies? Get the fuck out of there!"
It's fine. It's fine. I got this.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's my second
right.
Bardic Inspiration of the day.
Those words of inspiration, the Sweet Tooth Horror next to Blackwell is going to go for an attack. Go for a bite first with the 18 to hit. Actually, 20 because he's got flanking.
I am going to use shield.
All right. What's that put your AC at right now?
23.
23. Okay. The last attack he got was a 26.
God damn. Then I already used my reaction, yeah.
Okay. So that's gonna deal 7 points of. Can choose to not deal the damage. Yeah, he's gonna deal the damage. So the 7 points of bludgeoning damage to you, Blackwell. Ooh, that drops polymorph, unfortunately, on Avril. I imagine the Mario sound.
Like he was just like looking at it contemplatively and was starting to open his mouth, and then he just gets small and he's like, "Oh."
Zook's sitting over here rethinking his life choices of like, man, should I have run up the tail? Seeing you shrink back down. Oh yeah, definitely. That would have been not great.
So this
But still ride me into battle.
It's gonna move between Una and Blackwell, and it will be Blackwell's turn.
This conversation might be better to have after the battle.
I'm going to call the peppermint a bitch and summon 2 galvanize weirds around.
Well, that's unnecessary, but okay. Galvanize.
Even Pumpkin Spice would be ashamed of you.
Wow.
Okay. What did you say you're putting down? Galvanized what?
Galvanized weirds? Water weirds?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, not water weird galvanized. I'm trying to post it.
Galvanized weird. Okay, I got it. Alright. Too many folders. Okay. There we go. 1, 2. All right.
Let's get weird.
Getting weird.
You said that before.
We're getting weirder.
Are they?
That's why there's two of them this time.
Are
Let's
they able
get
to
more
take
weird.
attacks upon being summoned? Summon elements.
Says they have their own initiative.
Okay. So yeah, you can go at let me give you control of these guys. Peter's thinking. There we go. Controlled by Blackwell. Okay, you should have control of those guys now. I got a thing for initiative to make it faster. Okay, got it. Got it.
They both rolled higher than me.
Well, damn. All right, you got anything else you can do at Blackwell?
I'm going to Vortex Search. Because
All
why
right.
not?
Why not? Might as well get some gold at it.
Yeah, I exploded.
You exploded shit.
Yes. Every creature within 15 feet of me takes 2d8 damage, thunder damage. It has to make a Constitution saving throw or be deafened.
15
Nice.
feet. That unfortunately gets Tuna and the Weirds.
Oh shit.
If the weirds die, they just blow up. Hurting
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. Lesson learned: Vortex Surge before you summon Weirds. Just in case.
So that's 11 thunder damage.
Okay. Yeah, and that just happens, right?
Yes. The saving throw is just to not be deafened, but it just happens.
The Weirds do have 22 hit points. I don't know if that's what that says in your spell, but
Yeah, it does.
okay, so they're still technically alive then.
Yeah, they're not weak to thunder damage, so they're alive.
Okay, and then no, Constitution saving throw to not be.
And that's hitting
deafened.
Una and Brecken too?
Just Una and Brecken's out of the range.
Okay.
Yeah. So a 17 save on the pudding.
Whew.
I mean,
don't know if I
you can
can
probably
do it.
ignore it if they don't need to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just roll it just in case, because it might come up with this peppermint guy. 12, so he says 13.
16.
Okay, so the pudding saves, but the sweet tooth horror fails. So he's down. All right. That is going to bring us to the chocolate pudding's turn. Okay. Okay, so it's going to move around to the back side of Blackwell. That does give an attack of opportunity to the weird. If you choose to take that. All right, an 11 does hit for 8 bludgeoning damage and 3 lightning damage. It does appear to be immune to the lightning damage, but it does take the bludgeoning. And it is going to make an attack on you, Blackwell.
Bring it.
Got a 16 to hit.
That doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Okay.
But does it twerk?
Ooh.
It jiggles.
Doth twerk,
God.
it does.
Actually, since lightning damage was inflicted onto it, oh no, I'm sorry, I had the. Yeah, so when lightning damage is inflicted onto it, it can split into 2 different ones.
Oh, fantastic.
You just
Oh.
went and cherry picked all the
Fuck.
worst slimes to fight and made amalgamize them into these creatures, didn't you?
These
I
are
literally just
perfect.
picked ones that were thematically like I could make that into a candy monster. That's literally it.
I mean, I think it works perfect just because of
I
how
mean, I
weird and
figured that-
strange they
Freaking
are. Because they
genius.
are they're candy monsters made by a witch. Like, of course they're gonna be fucking weird.
Yeah.
We're in the land of weird. Of course it's gonna be weird.
I'm gonna have it act on the same initiative, so that would be like after its turn. So, or it can only make the one attack. So that is it for them. Avril is gonna bring us to you.
Squeeze.
So
When
he
it's-
has no idea why he's small again, but he blames that thing. And so he just like looks around, just kind of like kicks the dirt a little bit, and he looks more sad than like angry, and then he just drops his shield off of his arm, which you haven't seen him do in years. Kind of rolls his shoulders a little bit, and then just goes to fucking town on this thing.
Okay.
Just both arms like just go and go, and he's action surging all the whole shebang.
Whole shebang. All right.
I don't think you've done that since we first got to Ravnica and you wanted to box one of the planeswalkers.
Yep, this is the first time. This is the second time the whole entire campaign you've seen me drop my shield off my arm.
All right. Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna tell you, this guy only has a 9 AC, so that hits. That hits.
Boy.
These are all fire damage you're taking, by the way.
Cool. So I got one more.
I believe so. Yep.
Like just punching a vat of boiling oil.
Pretty
Oh,
much. Yep. All right. Go ahead and roll me some of that damage.
All right.
The boiling
Dear
oil is so bad.
God.
27 burning oil damage to the face.
You just see bits of flaming caramel just flying all around Avril.
Just in a frenzy.
Boiling candy is sticking to Avril as he punches it.
All right, so we got. You are with. How far is your range, Zix?
It's only
That's
10
only
feet. I'm
10.
out of range.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so 24, 31, 37.
Okay. And the other thing is, I'm going to prereqs at level 14. Damn it. I almost have enough to make it force damage. So I'm gonna make the first one I want to add a D8 of radiant damage and see if that changes its form any.
Okay. 1d8 of radiant damage. Go ahead and roll it. Okay, 1. Aside from it growing a little brighter for a moment, it does not have any additional effects.
Okay, and then yeah, after I see it like flash bright, I'm just gonna assume that this thing takes on any element that you put into it and just keep doing normal punch.
All right.
And then, so bonus action, I'm going to punch it in the face again. What? Yeah, I think I got all the damage over there.
Yeah, that's four attacks there. All right. 27 will hit. 9.
Okay, and I think.
31 damage to yourself.
And then the last one, yeah, I'm going to push him back 5 feet and walk back to my hammer and use my free action to pick it up.
Okay.
You look a little rotisserie.
Ah, felt good.
You
That
just
could've
see
felt good. It
Avril
doesn't look good at
covered
all. Just
in boiling caramel.
Yeah, he's just steaming and he's just like, I needed to get that off my chest.
yeah, you
I
smell like a
also
county fair.
definitely need healing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You look like a pheasant I had the last time I was home.
All right. It is now its turn.
Like, weirdly turn around, like, okay, let's go. My
Hmm.
AC is 18 right now.
It's trying to get to Zix, but it can only get right there, unfortunately.
That's a good thing.
Well,
definitely
unfortunately for him. Now he could lob some tar, but that's no fun. When he can
Oh,
make
add one more d6 to damage, and it can only attack me. Belt of challenge.
okay. All right, max damage 6. Well, it's going for you anyway, so see what happens here.
It's what I'm here for.
Yeah, it gets a 12 on the first one and a 10 on the second. That is unfortunate for it. So
So I'm hearing it.
it misses both attacks. That is all it can do. So Zix, that is going to bring us to your turn.
Oh, you need healing? Okay. I'm going to point the sword at the creature and cast Wither and Bloom.
Ooh, okay.
So
Yeah.
5 necrotic damage, and then everything around me gets blackened in death, all the vegetation, everything. And then I will, as the sword begins to absorb the energy, I will put it onto Avril if it doesn't get
Unfortunately, it is immune to necrotic damage. So
Oh no! I kill a bunch of vegetation. It reminds me of me.
How much is your spellcasting modifier? Because Wither and Bloom lets me add my short rest and your spellcasting modifier.
Let's see. Yeah, you can use. You can go ahead and roll. I guess just based on the vegetation, you can roll a hit dice.
It's not that, like, it doesn't
Plus
have
my
to hit.
modifier.
It doesn't have to damage
Yeah.
it. It's just
My modifier. Sorry, I'm still learning this. +5. So D6 plus 5 is all yours.
back up to 63, baby.
Jesus.
I don't think.
Because my Boros belt to challenge also heals me.
Well, let's try it. Yeah.
I don't think
So
there's
I
really
took like
anything.
30 something damage that turn from my, like, giving it to myself, and then with his and my healing, I healed back up over 15.
Nice. Nice.
Okay, so the attack did not seem to do any damage.
Oh, that felt good.
I can't use my bonus action attack unless I use my action to attack. So I'm good right there.
All
I'll
right.
ready the blade and go in next round.
All right. Blackwell, your weirds are up next. What do you got? Which one are you going
That is
for?
a 10 and a 15. They're both attacking the peppermint.
The peppermint guy? Okay.
Mistakes may have been made, but they will not be made again.
So an 8 and a 13. Unfortunately, both of those miss. Its AC is 14.
Over. How do you?
Do I? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's all they got.
All right. That will bring us to Una. That's all they can do.
Okay. Seeing the two chocolates just makes me go, God fucking damn it. Now we gotta do another one? Alright, yeah, I think we're gonna stick with fire, except she's gonna do a firebolt with a twin spell. At the two chocolates.
Okay. Roll it up.
Ooh, that's a 14.
14. That will hit.
Ooh, sweet. Please be good. 18 fire damage.
And you said that's a twin spell?
Yeah. So that's the twin spell's gotta hit the other target though.
All
Which
right.
is the other.
Yep.
Una's going back to basics. 27.
Jesus, 27. All right. Yeah, that hurts it.
That's a
The Fire
19.
Queen.
Some
And
good
then we
damage.
electrocute the chocolate again.
The Lady of the Blaze.
All right, yeah, minus 19 on this health. Yeah, they both hit, do some damage.
All right. Next up would be. Oh wait. I'm gonna do my bonus action on Una. Is she is going to Bardic Inspire. Oh wait, am I even in range for that? No, I'm not. Dang it. He's too far away. Damn you, Avril. Actually, wait, no. I can do this. Okay. Because I forgot. All I did was cantrips. I didn't do a bonus action.
Right.
So I am going to do... Avril, are you even close enough? Damn it, no you're not. You're just 10 feet out. I was going to try to do a healing word, but I got 60 feet. And I've already used this, meta magic. Alright, instead I'm going to do... No Bardic Inspiration, I'm just going to go straight to Brecken now. Brecken is going to drop a Hex on Peppermint.
Okay. What ability are you going for?
If I remember correctly, the combo I had her do was... Hang on, I'm trying to remember which one it was. Constitution.
Constitution, okay.
And then she's going to do Frostbite on it, because Hex is a bonus action.
Alrighty.
And... Oh, come on. Do the thing. Do the thing.
Alright, so 13... Or
Yeah, it's got to do a
13
13.
Constitution, so through... Okay. Got a 4.
Woo! That's a 2d6 cold damage plus the hex necrotic damage.
Hell yeah.
There's 11. There's my fairy princess!
All right, 11 cold damage. Or 9 necrotic, or 9 cold, 2 necrotic. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that hurted.
And Brecken is flying the full 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
And Una is going to move over here. Seeing Peppermint up there.
That is gonna give an attack of opportunity.
Oh, was Una in range for that one? Oh, then never mind.
Yeah. Okay.
It's right next to you.
I thought I was just one square away, but my eyesight is bad.
It's all good. It's all good. All right, so you're staying there, Una?
Yeah, she's gonna stay.
All
If it attacks me,
right.
I still have my reaction, so.
Gonna bring it to its turn. It is going to, in fact, try to hit you with a bite. As a 13 to hit.
Miss! Swing and a miss,
Alright.
Peppermint!
How about a 25?
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits, and Shield wouldn't block that.
Okay, so that's gonna do a total of 10 bludgeoning damage.
Alright, and I will then react with Hellish Rebuke.
Ooh, okay.
Let's see here.
Save.
Yeah, it's got to do a DC 13 Dex.
Ah! 14.
Wait, does it just take half
right.
damage? On a failed save? Half. Okay. So it still takes damage.
Right.
Alright. So half of 9, so 4.
4?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. It's barely standing. Long enough for one more attack.
God damn it!
It's
So
gonna go ahead and
close.
go for you, Una. 19 to hit.
Oh shoot, I just used my reaction.
You did.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
hits.
12 points of bludgeoning damage to Una.
Ow!
But luckily, that is the end of its turn. Blackwell, that brings us to you.
Alright, so we're going back to basics, and Chaos built this chocolate.
Okay.
I cast Murder, Death, Kill Beam.
The finger of fuck you.
The finger of fuckery.
Fuck you.
Okay, 19 is gonna hit. Which one were you going for?
Force damage.
No, which
Alright,
creature?
Yeah, which one were you hitting?
Oh, the top one.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that may be a disadvantage due to the melee range. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but it's got a very low AC, just so you're aware, but there is a chance for a nat 1. Is that only melee attacks? No, I think it's for spells.
No, I think spells and ranged attacks up close.
Alright, so go ahead and roll me another to hit rolls just to see if that still hits. Got a 7. So yeah, that's definitely still hits. So yeah, so that is 18 damage for that guy. It has a chance to jump, doesn't it?
If both the numbers are the same.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yep. Well, that definitely does hurt the one guy. You got anything else you can do, Blackwell?
Vortex Surge.
Yeah, naturally.
Come on, kaboom, kaboom, kaboom.
What are we doing? You're vortex surging? Let's do it.
Oh God! Don't
Kaboom,
get me.
kaboom, kaboom.
Oh,
It was close. It was close.
ah, crap. that's not the one I wanted to do.
Things are getting kind of desperate down there, Avril. We might need to
Um,
hurry up and
everybody
clean
within
up here and
60
go.
feet of me regains health.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
7.
7. Oh, geez.
I don't think I'm within 60 feet of you.
Une!
Avril's
are.
within 60 feet of me.
Yeah!
That's a plus.
Yeah, Avril's, you're in
7
60 feet
6.
because you're only
Everybody's within
70
60
feet
feet
out
of
of
me.
range of me.
You get a car. You get a car. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
it. Thank you.
That's
Up to
pretty good
70.
level.
It's been a good turn.
All right, now I'm going to go to bounce.
All right. You say you're gonna move? Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be two of them coming at me.
All right. The first one gets a 12 to hit. Second gets a 17 to hit. Don't think either of those will
Alright.
connect.
Nope.
Oh,
So let's
damn
keep
it. I
going.
could have used that. Damn. Keep forgetting I have that now.
All right.
So that's one more.
All right. Well, I think you got. Oh yeah, I didn't do the horror. Okay. He's gonna go for a bite. 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Oh,
So I'm just going to do the planar defense.
okay. What does that do?
I just have resistance to their attacks.
Okay, so that is a total of 12 piercing damage and 5 acid damage. He's rolling like shit on acid damage.
So I healed 7 and then I lost 8.
Well, that's a good net damage
Net positive.
there. Yeah.
It's a,
So -1 damage overall. Okay. So if that's it for you, Blackwell, it's gonna be the chocolate pudding's turn. And it has a clear opening to move up now. It is going to get an attack of opportunity by your weird though.
yeah, remembering what happened, I'm not going to do that.
I heard him
Unless
clicking.
unless the weird,
Don't do it.
unless
Don't
the weird
fucking
can
do
do it. Unless the weird can turn around and smack the pepper in. It's like, your friend move.
Because you're not going to take the attack of opportunity.
No.
Okay, that's fair play. So Una, this one's going to go for you first.
Okay.
With an 8, a whopping 8. Not going to do it.
Miss.
This one's going to go for Blackwell with an 11. Not going to do it. And that's all they can do.
Divide and conquer.
And Avril, that brings us to you. Actually, you are covered in tar, my friend. Or caramel.
All right, hear me out. So, what if I wasn't?
Okay.
Huh? I mean, I'm super down for that.
Well, the caramel says otherwise with 8 fire damage as you start your turn.
I was trying to convince the fire damage that we're cool.
I don't think a persuasion check's gonna get you out of that one, man. Okay, yeah. It's your turn. What you got, Avril?
Fire, I'm real good friends with your dad. You need to chill out. All right, I got a plan.
Well, maybe tell your mother about this.
All right, Fist of Unbroken Air.
Okay.
It's a strength save.
All right. That one, you got a 5.
So I am leaving it at regular distance, so it's 20 feet straight line.
Okay. I'll put it there.
Fist of Unbroken Air.
Real quick.
What's up?
Just want to clarify because I'm just noticing this and I haven't looked at it in forever. Did my guild signet get taken?
Oh fuck.
From the fairies is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It did not. No, whatever you guys found, that's what they took.
Okay.
Oh wait, I found it.
Okay.
It's in my component pouch. Why is that in my component pouch? That doesn't make any sense.
It's a good question.
It's
Okay.
an attunable item.
Fist of Unbroken Air. You're pushing him back into the wall some more.
Oh crap! Yeah, I need to do one more, don't I? Oh yeah, I'll do the damage for that, and then I'm gonna try and push him again.
Okay. He's got 20 hit points left, so. 13 will hit as well.
Do it.
And the strength save one more time.
Right. That is a 22 on that one.
All right, he saves that time. So I'll just push him back 5 feet because I still landed the hit.
Okay. With him being an ooze, I don't think that's going to do enough damage. If you moved him 10 feet, I'd give you the damage for it.
That's fine. I'm trying to push him into the water.
Oh, that's not water, my man. That's a cliffside.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing I didn't do what I was planning to do earlier. So I'm still okay with that.
Okay. I guess that is kind of unclear, huh? Okay, yeah, we got some damage though. Yeah, 13. You need 7 more damage. What you got? 13 again. So that one does turn into a boiling pool of caramel on the ground.
Nice.
Okay, now. Well, I guess I'm going to go back over and pick my shield back up.
All right. All right, Zix. There is a bit of a situation developing towards your south. I'll technically be your north but yeah.
I will start running that direction. I'll swipe twice of my blade in the direction of the chocolate creature that's attacking Blackwell.
Okay.
And roll those out real quick.
That'll hit. That'll also hit.
Okay. That'll be 16 damage.
All right. Yep. 16 points of force damage.
How much fire damage did I take during that?
Those were punches, huh?
They were, well, technically they're ranged attacks, but I didn't roll them at ranged attack because I was within melee range. But it just coats my hammer in air.
So that's total of 15 fire damage, Avril.
Okay.
Okay, and then I will I'll end my turn there. That should put me in a good position for aura stuff.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Blackwell, you have your weirds. 18, that will hit with 8 bludgeoning damage, which is doubled because it is vulnerable to bludgeoning damage. Knocks it into a pile of peppermint like candy canes all over the ground as you annihilate that guy.
All right. So now I got two weirds that don't really need to do anything because they can't hit the chocolate.
Yeah,
I mean, but two weirds
they
did
might be
make a
useful
right.
later.
I'm
It
gonna
might.
fight for Una.
Those two weirds did date a white,
Who,
and I mean
Dana
ancient
White?
undead creatures.
All right, Una, that is going to bring us to you.
All right. Shit, it's in my face, isn't it?
It
Whoa.
is.
It's a good thing I got just the spell for this shit. I'm gonna Misty Step.
Good move. Okay.
I could have done that last turn, but I forgot I even had the ability now. And that's from my, that was a bonus action, so I could still do something. Because that was from my,
Your Fey Touch.
Yeah, that's from my Fey Touch. Woo! It actually worked this time! Sweet! Alright, and then she's going to Eldritch Blast, actually, no. She's going to Firebolt, Twin Spell, both the chocolates.
Can you
All
twin
right.
spell Eldritch Blast and get 4 attacks?
No, because it's we've had this discussion like early on when I learned I could do that. I was like, wait,
Una,
can I
you're
do
not
that?
Fey touched. You're a Fey touched me all over.
I was a Fey touched all over. But,
All right, so twin spell and a firebolt.
Yep. So the first one's going to the one next to Brecken. That's a 19.
All right, that'll hit.
Burn, bitch. Oh, that's good. That's a 16.
16. All right, yeah, it takes the full 16.
Right, and then the other one that's over there by Blackwell. Oh, that's an 11.
11 to hit, and that still is gonna do it.
Oh, sweet.
You got like a 6, or I got an 8 AC.
Oh, all right. That's a 13.
13. It does. It is enough to turn it into a useless pool of chocolate pudding.
Yes!
Those are the best kinds of chocolate puddings.
All
All
right.
right, and now it's Brecken's turn. She is
Una.
going to move Hex onto that pudding.
Okay.
And she's going to do Constitution on that one as well.
Okay.
And then she's going to hit it with Eldritch Blast.
All right.
And she... Whoops. That's the damage, not the attack. There we go.
Oop. Okay.
She gets 2.
Those will both hit, so 16 points of force damage.
That's her regular roll is 16. 4... Yeah. 4, 15?
Yeah.
And then she has her Hex, which is 1d6 necrotic, which is an additional 2. So still 16.
All right. Well, I took your 5 force damage for the first roll.
Yeah, no, sorry, that was the wrong button.
Oh, you're good. 18 points of damage is what I'm giving you in necrotic for total.
Woo!
All right, it still stands.
And
got anything else
Brecken
you can do?
is going to fly 30 feet. She is in the air,
Yep.
and she's gonna fly.
Did you guys ever
over
hear
there.
the No No Square song?
No.
All right.
Have you guys ever heard of that in school? Be like, stop, don't touch me there. These are my no-no squares. They taught us that way back in school, but I just thought, I was like, I can teleport right there because if they touched my no-no squares.
All right.
Oh my god.
Blackwell. One pudding remaining. What do you got? Looking pretty rough for a big old pile of chocolate. Chaos bolt. All right.
It's lightning.
God damn
And
it.
it keeps bouncing between
Shit.
them.
Just
Is
got
that
rid of
seriously
one
what
of those-
happened? Okay, no, it's not. That's good.
That would be a bad situation.
Because it is an option for it to be lightning damage and then bounce.
All right, that does hit. It is barely standing after that. Got anything else you can do, Blackwell?
I could surge. That's probably not for the best right now.
It seems to be the most useful when you're in a group of enemies, unless you heal everybody, then it's eh.
Then it's
Distinctly,
not
yes,
helpful.
less useful.
I'll walk him down because I can't heal him right now.
All right, Avril,
Hey,
you
dude.
got anything to get it over there?
I do. Maybe we'll see.
One more hit could very well take this guy out.
Because I picked my shield up, and it takes an action to put it on, so I would have just put it on my back. So that means I still have a free hand, and so I just use my free hand, and the spear just kind of appears in it, and I huck it at it.
Whoa.
It's at legitimately the max range of it, so that. Does a 18 hit? Yeah, I hit that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my turn off. Yeah, that does hit. That
8
is enough as you launch a spear through the chocolate tendril that's rising from the ground, falls back into the useless puddle of chocolate pudding.
I hold my hand out again, and the spear appears in it, and then disappears, and then I sit down.
Hell
Well, that's the last time I poke candy that's on the ground.
Yeah, that was rough. Those were not as fun to fight as the giant snake was.
I mean, I didn't even really see the harm in just poking it with my sword. Apparently, that's... Sorry, guys.
No, Pokey. The candy. You're in the land of the Fae. Things are not as they appear.
I'll wait to poke the witch then.
I normally fully advise just picking stuff up. This time, I feel like we might need to rethink.
Rethink just a little? Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely glad I didn't reach down and pick it up.
Yeah, that would have been fucking problematic.
Yeah, I mean, look how burned you got.
I for sure need a short rest.
Luna does want to take a little rest because I almost took half my health there.
Well, if we're gonna rest, maybe we should get a little off of this trail.
I was warned not to get off of the trail. Maybe go back up the trail some.
Well, if we're gonna do that, at least we've cleared out the immediate vicinity around us. So if we're gonna have to rest somewhere on this trail, we may as well do it right here.
Yep.
I agree.
I wish I could do
nap
that
time?
hut thing I used to do.
Now that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it was
used
really
to do
handy.
that.
Yeah.
Can I also say that I forgot to mention it while we were starting to go, but while I was going through the woods, like at a normal pace, can I do like a survival check to see if I find any mugwort? I know it's super retroactive, but like I meant to have mentioned that at the beginning of the session because that's one of the ingredients I know of that speak to with that their special fairy language. Not the only one I know though, other than fairy dust, and me and Brecken haven't come to an agreement on that yet.
Well, as we settle in to patch your wounds, do we end up
How
getting the
how far would you say that we are from the village? You might be muted.
Yeah, my bad. So you can roll a survival check, and from the village, you guys are duh, 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 duh.
Like feet wise.
You know, Brecken could just fly up and just tell us.
Staying on the path. Probably about 240 feet, I'd say.
Okay, so like 100 if we're just going straight through the woods.
Something like that, yeah.
Wait, each of these are how much?
I'm roughing it out. I don't know. I didn't set the dimensions correctly, but
I'm going to continue down the path and assure everybody that I'll get out of trouble if something happens.
I'll be like, okay.
Sure.
call out if you need help?
At this point, you guys are like, he does this a lot.
Yeah, I was just like, I've watched him walk off and then appear out of nowhere so many times that I don't even argue with it anymore. Do we get our short rest though?
So Blackwell, you said you're heading off ahead of the group while they're resting.
Yeah, while everybody's resting, I'm going to continue down the path.
Okay. Well, before you do the short rest, I'm gonna have you hold on because if you want to intervene, it might interrupt the short rest. So
Okay.
Before we do that, how many mugworts did I get?
Oh yeah, my bad. 24.
Oh, good.
And also, if I see any other interesting looking herbs I don't recognize, I'd like to pick those up too.
Okay. boop, 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 boop. Oh, mandrake root is what it was, but yeah, I got what you're saying.
Oh,
you
it was
got
mandrake root? My bad.
No, it's all good. 24. Yeah, you find go ahead and roll a d4. You got one mandrake root. Oh man.
Dope. That's way more than I had. 100% more than I had, actually.
As far as other plants or spell or potions. Uh I don't know. I think mechanically this would work better if you were specifically looking for one. So I don't know.
Well, I was just thinking because, like, I've lived out in the woods a lot. I would just kind of be like, of what other edible herbs and plants and stuff that, you know, I know it'd be harder to do it without mechanically knowing like what's in the area and shit.
Yeah. I mean, you might
My goal is that I wanted to collect a bunch of herbs. I don't have anybody teaching me how to make potions. Nobody else here knows how to make potions. I was just gonna start mixing shit.
fair. I think with the area you guys are specifically in, it is fitting in this is
It's like he wasn't like his goal was to get to Zix, not go out and find roots.
yeah. So yeah, one Mandrake root and Blackwell. You ignore the tent. That doesn't really need to be there. However,
Okay.
what's that?
I was gonna say okay because that was like the first thing I caught.
I figured so. So, um, yeah, you kind of walk up ahead. No threat immediately. Um, you don't have a weapon of warning, do you?
Uh-oh.
No.
Okay. Something whizzes past you, like fast. It's something very small flies past you, and it is going to attack. Uh,
Now, do we have flying Tic Tacs and Skittles?
Jawbreaker.
Little marshmallow men and Tommy guns that are loaded with M&Ms.
I'll just wait. Okay, it's gonna make 2 attacks. A 20 to hit.
A 20 will hit.
Okay. It deals 5 piercing damage to you as you see something whiz past you, and it leaves a fork in your foot.
That's
A fork.
that's amazing.
And it runs off into the trees.
Okay, I'm going to go invisible in reaction to that.
All right. You go invisible. You see another one run out from the tree line. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Got to beat a 14 to see what this
Just
thing is.
use my passive.
Okay. I don't think this one would work with passive perception if you want to actively look for it. Anyway.
Okay, then a 4.
Okay, it does run past without being seen. What would you like to do in this situation, Blackwell?
I would like to sneak off.
All right. Are you going back towards your friends?
No, further in.
Further in, okay. Yeah, go for it.
Stealth.
Yeah. If you would, please.
Oh, fucking that one.
Ooh. Yeah, that's 3 on the stealth.
How do you get a 1 and a 2?
Shut up. I'm wearing really heavy armor, and I'm not stealthy.
You can move your movement if you'd like.
Who would have thought a lab coat would stand out in the woods?
It's made of Mizium.
As you make your movement, another one runs past you. Go ahead and it is actually going to try to attack because it heard your footsteps.
So does it have disadvantage because I'm invisible?
Does have disadvantage. 12 to hit and a 10 to hit. Not gonna do it. You can roll another perception check though if you'd like to try to see what it was.
Yeah, let's get these small rolls out of the way.
Ginger brute? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
One higher. There's your perception too.
Doesn't quite do it.
You've gotten a 1, a
I'm getting
2,
rid of this
a
dice. Hold
4,
on.
and a 5.
Yeah. What do you do next, Blackwell?
Stop experimenting with the
That dice
dice.
is terrible. Yeah. So I'm getting kind of tired of this. So I'm just gonna, do the thing where I walk into another realm.
It's gonna be
Fuck
like
you
that.
guys, I'm out.
This
Yeah,
is gonna be
it's
like
pretty
the
much
time
that.
you wandered. Be just like the time you wandered off in hell and came back all messed up.
All right.
Well, this time we're not in hell, so hopefully that won't be a problem.
You go ethereal, stepping
It honestly
into
feels just as dangerous.
next dimension.
So this is gonna last for 4 hours. Hell yeah!
All right. Now, where are you heading to?
Still following the path.
Following the trail still?
Yep. Oh, actually, I do want to try to get eyes on the fucking thing that was attacking me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check. I'll give you advantage since you're ethereal right now. All right, that is enough. You see one zoom past you in the material plane. Looks like this. It is a little gingerbread man with a fork in its hand.
That little shit.
Fucking imps.
Why do
Yeah.
I keep thinking of that little kid that stabs the guy in the back on Tropic Thunder?
Because
when
it
he's on
is.
his back.
Yes, on Robert Downey Jr.'s back. Or no, it was
That was on Ben Stiller's back.
That's right. It was Ben Stiller's back as he's running across that bridge.
He was like little half squat. That's my son. No, he's not.
Sorry, this little murderous, raging gingerbread man. Love it.
Run, run, run! You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Literally, one of its abilities is called "Can't Catch Me."
God damn it! So definitely need to warn you guys about that.
Yeah. So, what do you do?
Hold on. So I was trying to take this damage. Okay. So yeah, continued after I get eyes on it and make a note of what it is and what it does. I'm going to continue down the path.
Okay. As you continue, you eventually find your way to
Oh,
this.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's more of a cottage than a castle, but this is the best image I could find. But yeah,
works.
little cottage, surrounded by candy.
This boggles my mind because this doesn't seem like I know how buildings work. That's like one of my things, and I don't see how this building works.
Magic. That's right.
The
Yeah,
power
I
of
have
candy
urban-
magic.
I have urban infrastructure, so I have basic knowledge of how buildings work. And I'm just looking at this and I'm like, what?
I mean, do you know the weight distribution load for gummies? You know what I'm saying? For rock candy? I don't know.
I mean, that's why there's a perpetual autumn. It keeps the perfect temperature to keep the candy good.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that.
You should lick it.
Well, I know messing with a witch means she might have magic that could cancel out my own magic. So I don't want to head inside the building by myself.
All right. You going back to the group?
I am going to survey the building though.
Okay.
Doing a
Um,
lap.
Scouting.
I'm gonna tell you for the sake of time. It looks like a pretty basic cottage. It's all kind of in one room. There's just
Well,
kind of this.
the main thing I was doing was like making note of like ways to get out and ways to get in, just so like we don't get trapped.
I got you. So I'd say there's probably like 2 windows on the sides. Other than that, just the main front door. It's pretty basic little building, not as intricate as the one on the picture there.
Right. All right. And with that, I will keep Montbach back to the group and then go on Ethereal.
All right.
See, I told you. Just pops up out of nowhere.
I will specifically make it a point to walk back from the path, making it look like I walked one way and came out the other way.
God damn it.
I think at this point, Zix is probably like sitting there meditating a little bit, eating a piece of jerky. Probably doesn't even look up when you reappear.
So a couple things. One, scary magic cottage thing at the end of the trail. Didn't go inside because that didn't seem like a good idea with a supposed witch in there.
Fair.
And up above, up ahead, there are very tiny cookie men that stab you with forks.
What?
They are very fast and hard to see.
I have an idea. I'm not going to tell you my idea.
You guys get your short rest, by the way.
Sweet.
The building seems to just have a couple of windows on the side and one main entrance. There's no back entrances or other ways to get out, it seems.
All right. So, with that information in mind, what do you guys plan to do next? I'm probably gonna go ahead and call it here in just a second after we figure out what's gonna happen next, since we're a little over our time here.
So are the creatures running? Or do they fly or they just run?
The Cookie Men?
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like they're flying, but I suppose they're running. If you can like look at them, they're just fast.
So, likelihood they can still run on a frozen ground.
No, that is a very good point. I suppose even Cookie Men don't have good friction on ice.
That's my idea.
Maybe we should all approach invisible. Can we do that?
Yeah, as long as you're stealthy, they can hear pretty good. Not like I don't know how well you know of me stealthing, but I assume Zix knows I'm not good at it.
I think I could just glance at you and be like, yeah. If your bandages slip a little bit, you literally glow.
Like there's a reason why you go into another dimension to hide.
I mean, can we literally be invisible? Do you guys have magic for that?
Nope.
Um,
I also terrible at hiding.
I do, but I can't concentrate on that and be ethereal at the same time.
And also, we just step on cookies and then go kill witch. Save spells.
I think Luna can though. So
Sorry,
Luna
what
can
did I
hide
miss?
herself.
I got roommate distracted.
Do you have invisibility?
Brecken does, and I have a potion of invisibility.
So roll. So you guys should all be able to hide, and then I can do my thing.
All right, that works. Oh yeah, because you still have your ethereal for it'll be another 3 hours after the long rest. So.
For sure. All right, so you guys are planning to go in invisible? Was your plan there?
Yeah, just pop some invisibility stuffs and just try and get to the cabin and not deal with these stupid cookies. Or kill cookies, then go invisible. Whichever was, either one is cool with Avro. Because I got 2 ideas on how to deal with the cookies with using my ice abilities.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
all
I could
about
just cook them.
trying to approach stealthily as possible and, just see if we can get to the witch with as much vigor as we possibly can so we can save our energy where it'll count.
For sure. All right. Well, if that's the plan, I put that in the chat so we can know for next week.
Okie dokie.
We'll go ahead and call it right there, since we're a little over time. And
Avro's first witch plan was kick door down, die candy creating beast.
Oh, we're gonna be at 7 tonight?
yeah,
Oh,
I kind of went past the 3 hours last week. I know we
okay.
said we were going to that, but
Right.
We'll always take 8 if you'll give it to us.
Yeah.
But at
yeah,
the same time, you have a family, and that's your first responsibility.
I did promise a movie with my wife today. Is why I gotta be a little more
Totally
diligent.
Guys,
get
it's
it.
Friday the 13th, and she loves horror. You have to.
I have to. It's
You have to.
is-
You're so
Yes,
obligated.
it
You'd
is
be the
a
worst husband
moral
ever.
imperative.
Yeah, go be a good partner.
I think we're watching one called The Boogeyman. I don't know if it's a
Ooh.
remake, but
Oh, cool, about a dancing dude?
I have no idea.
Is that like the sequel to Footloose?
Yeah,
Could
something
be.
like that. It's Footloose 2, and then the Boogeyman. It's when he gets older and he can't really do all the cool moves anymore. He just does the hip shakes and the
Footloose
finger
2.
points.
Footloose 2, the Boogeyman. I love
Comes
it.
out doing that spooky, scaredy skeletons dance.
He becomes the Mr. Miyagi of fucking small town dancing.
Oh no, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, foot left, foot right, 1, 2, 1, 2.